Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Indoor Adventures in Waterdeep Dragon Heist. I am always excited to return to the streets of Waterdeep, and this week is no exception. Again, I am very excited for it, as well as I am excited to announce that we have a Bitly. You probably might know what that is, but if you go to bit.ly/indoormerch, then it will redirect you to our merch store. And you want to know what one of the greatest parts about the merch store is? That didn't work. I thought it would, and now I just look like a dumbass in front of my friends. Oh, now I just seem relaxed. Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Indoor, here to tell you all about some sweet merch. Did you know... LB, you and I have been twins in the game before, but did you realize that we were twins today outside of the game? That's right, we are both wearing the Real Dragons Were the Friends We Made Along the Way t-shirts. RJ is drinking out of an Indoor Adventures mug, and even GB has on perhaps one of the most quality shirts, which is the Moon Maiden shirt. I love it so much. If I could just own more of those shirts to wear consistently, I would. But soon I will, and they will be in a variety of colors, and they will look great. Now, again, you can go to bit.ly/indoormerch to get your hands on some of this great stuff. Now then, as we were. See, it's better when it works. And I have it selected, I have the option. So, last we left off, actually, before we even get to that point, guys, who are you playing tonight? I'll have RJ go first, and then go around.
RJ.
Sorry. No, I don't know. I was trying to bit.ly@indoormerch.com. Hey everybody, I am RJ here on the show, and I am playing Hubris, the Tiefling Warlock.
I'm LBHackEmUp. I'm eating my dinner, and I'm playing Ghost, the Shifter Bloodhunter Cleric.
And I'm Greybeard, and I'm playing Kronk Gorblatz, Goliath Gladiator.
Yeah. All right. So, let's get into it. Last week, you guys had proceeded to interrogate a very, very, very frightened bard by the name of Agorn Fuoko. Then you followed him to Mistshore, a district in the Dock Ward, where you ended up encountering a small group of urchin children, Squidly, Nat, and Jenks, who you then gave some money, you gave some goods, sent them on their way, and you might have thought that would be the last you would see of them. You then found this bard committing an act of matricide, trying to kill his own mother, where you then put a right stop to that shit, and chased him out of his own house, where he tried to escape via invisibility, and then even had several Zentarum agents attempt to rescue him from your guys' clutches. However, even when they tried to kill this guy, you managed to stabilize him, stave off the entire onslaught of Zents that came your way, and behind you, as you had managed to see one young Jenks fall through the ice, Ghost, in an act of protection, you ran over, pulled Jenks out of the ice, grabbed the kids that were being scared by a group of urchins, and then you all made your way back to Trollskull Manor. Inside the manor, you interrogated this bard and found out that he knew the location of the Stone of Galore, a mystical item that you had been looking for quite some time. Mostly over like the last 48 hours, but IRL, it's been a while that you guys have been searching for this stone. You then proceeded to kind of break his will a little bit and get him to take you to this tower where Hubris, disguising himself as this bard, snuck his way inside using his manly charms as always to get exactly what he wanted. After participating in a torturous ritual with a priestess of Bane, the Hubris, you were then rescued by your friends as your identity had been compromised by this acolyte of Bane.
I could have taken him.
To which, congratulations, you did. You guys slayed that entire group. Why is this making noise? However, Wolfie Firelight, thank you. Thank you for this. I am going to turn all of these volumes off. I don't know why it keeps making noise. However, you guys managed to deal with these clerics or acolytes post-hastedly before finally getting your hands on that goddamn stone. There was only one problem, and that problem was an ancient wizard who had made himself known, at least to the three of you, who had been referred to as the Master, but also revealed to be Manshoon, who came up, captured Hubris in a magical grip, and took the stone, and proceeded to walk away with it, leaving the three of you not exactly bloodied, but still very tired from your encounter with all of these acolytes. And Manshoon leaving, Ghost, your scent coming to a complete stop as he seemed to have left by some sort of magical means, you decided to all make your way back to Trollskull Manor, where overnight you introduced your 3 new wards to their resting place, which was right beside Kronk, and in the morning you decided to make breakfast as well as begin the training regime for these children, and that is when you met one of the former Doom Raiders, or still a Doom Raider, but they don't really go out and do as much raiding these days. One Istrid Horn, a shield dwarf, who Davil had set up with the lot of you to be able to stay at your place for a 10-day. Just being able to lay low. And last we left off, Ghost, you and Kronk were feeding the children downstairs, and Hubris, you were showing Istrid to her room.
I was upstairs.
Were you? I thought you had gone downstairs. You can totally be upstairs if you would like.
I need to do the gentle repose on the
Got it.
corpses. That's why I thought I would.
All right. Yes, as there is the body of Ziraj the Hunter, as well as the body of your companion Wolf, that you guys have been kind of sitting on. At least Wolf for a few days. Ziraj, he's pretty fresh still. But yeah, so Ghost, you are busy performing these rituals, and Hubris, you are walking Istrid upstairs. And what room are you maneuvering her towards?
Probably one of the free ones, not on the same floor as Ziraj and Wolf.
Okay.
For the time being.
All right, so you're going to be taking her up to the 3rd floor?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, as you are moving her up, she kind of takes notice of the fact that you guys have just keep pushing furniture in front of this door and then barely moving it aside so you can get through, and she just, what's going on back there?
Rich, right. 1 second. Walks over to the door and like,
I have to start all over again now. What?
What are you
Darling.
starting over? And Istrid just peers from behind you. Or from behind Hubris.
We have company, dear.
Hello.
This is Istrid.
Hi.
Istrid, Ghost Istrid.
This is
She
not how we
walks
wanted you
up.
to find out.
She walks up and just extends her hand out to you, Ghost.
Ghost will give her a quick shake. My apologies. This is not how I wanted you to find this out. You are the Doom Raider, correct?
Hi.
we have a friend here. A mutual friend.
Ziraj,
Yeah.
Devil
oh,
told
good, you
me.
were told. Thank God.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yes,
that
would you like to see him?
I would. He's mostly here, right? He's not like, you aren't just keeping a small bit of him and saying, this is Ziraj.
no, it's full him.
Think.
He just has a hole in his chest.
Well, that's not too bad. So you can get that patched up, no problem. And she just...
Can we?
and she looks inside and just goes over to Ziraj's body and starts like... So what exactly happened to him? Like some...
Well, so you know how Ziraj likes to deal in favors. Well, most Zents.
Most of us do, yes.
Yeah. So I contracted him to capture someone on the carnival that did this to me. Killed our other
What,
friend.
like a trapeze artist who fell?
No,
Landed
no.
on top of you, broke your horn, you want some
No,
petty
it's the
revenge?
ringmaster. Apparently they're working with the Zents. Or the Xanths. The Xanathar. It's this really big web of conspiracy that we're trying to suss out, and it's not going
The carnival
well.
doesn't work with anyone. Carnival does their own thing.
They were killing Zent agents on the dock. That whole...
Well, actually,
fiasco.
Drow were killing Zent agents on the dock.
Fuck did... Drown
They
and
told
carnival. Alright, this story is confusing.
Yep.
Well, contracted Zarash to get back at the ringmaster. He got caught and then iced. There we go.
No shit.
Mm.
So, I have a proposition. It involves housing. Well, you're already doing part of it. But if he were to come back, do you think you could try and keep him to stay dead?
Like, make him pretend
Socially.
Oh.
If people
Oh.
came and
We
asked,
could-
you'd hide him.
Oh, absolutely.
Tell you what. If you house me for the rest of this time, and I'm going to become the Spar's manager, so I'm going to be taking kind of most of your pay. I'm going to be quite fair. You'll have living expenses for sure, and if you need anything, well, then at least you know where to come and get it. I've already talked this over with Hubris. He said that it was okay.
You are going to give her the bar.
for the 10-day. By the way, it's 10% to Never Ember. He takes it on the month. End of the month.
Well, that's just peachy. Now, you said a 10-day. I manage your bar for a year. I can fix him. She points to Ziraj. Otherwise, it's cost. I'm out of pocket on this. You've been keeping his body here. He means something to you as well. So, let me do the thing I do best, which is take care of money. Bring him back. Then he can do the thing that he does best and just kill motherfuckers.
And of our other friend here, he's in need of a...
He's also still in my debt.
Oh, that's true.
Oh.
So he'd be better for you alive than dead.
Right now, the amount of barking up the wrong trees he did, he's better dead.
Well, we can work on that.
Yeah.
So, you want the big boy back alive.
Ghost smirks.
Then we're going to need to draw up a contract. A general business agreement.
I think depending on the contract, that would be agreeable.
1 year manager. And if I can turn this bar into something profitable, more so than what you've had it before, I get to stay on.
I think the numbers will have to be negotiated. That's all.
Numbers are always negotiable.
Fair enough. Hubris?
To my study then. Once we put your things down.
All right. And she then just walks past you, Ghost, and doesn't even really make much contact. Make any eye contact. Which way is the study then? I'll get to work.
Third floor, second door on the right.
So Wolf's room is actually on the second floor. No, you're right. Wolf's room is third floor. So yeah, she comes down, goes down the stairs and heads towards your study.
Second to the right. Yes. There we go. This place is confusing.
Yes, that's why we have a map. Not that we use it. We just say I'm going to this room.
I direct her.
It's like South Park.
Greybeard. Greybeard, I would like to say, Wolfie Firelight did give us a follow. Wolfie. Ooh. Wolfie, do you know what happens when a follow happens? Let him know, Greybeard.
When I'm on the show and we get a new follower, I take this wall and I hit that guy in the face.
Yeah.
Follow, buddy.
Excellent. So, Istrid is walking to, has made herself at home in your study and begins pulling out pieces of paper and drawing up a general contract for the two of you.
Okay. Probably just gonna read it over. Question, like, so how much are you taking out of this versus giving back to us and then splitting off the pay to Never Ember? Because it's sort of a joint venture between myself and...
If I'm just managing, what you see as a business owner is going to be different than what I get. You're going to be paying me like a regular employee, but there is going to be a little bit of leniency when it comes to my pay. Currently, first off, how much do you pay Davil?
3 gold. He just likes to play at the bar.
Fuck off.
So you're saying, what? Pay him more, pay him less?
I'm saying I will take no less than 25%. That's of your share. Not you specifically, but you as a party. I'm not going to be taking anything from Lord Neverember.
Correct.
And letting him know that we have our little arrangement.
So, over the table, standard pay of an employee, 1 gold on the books.
Of course.
Under the table.
Under the table is the rest of it.
All right.
Now,
you're going to be managing it for...
1 year.
1 year.
36 and a half 10 day.
Can we knock that down to 20%?
20%, 2 years. I'm a dwarf. I'm going to outlive you a long time.
Well, I know
so we
this,
can just keep adding on years if you like. Lower it down. But if I'm going to be working at this bar and I'm going to be making it successful, I want some of the pay.
Ask her where she's going to be living.
Well,
what the fuck?
What the fuck was that? Victor!
Just has a little bird in its hand, just slinks off.
So, living arrangements. Here, off-site.
I'm going to be living off-site. Once I'm done here, rooming here, why'd I want to stay living here? This is your house. I have my own things. True. I like having my own company.
All right. 20% at 2 years. You get run of the bar.
Sounds good.
All right.
She signs up that piece of paper, marks it over to you.
Ghost, aren't you there?
No, I didn't. I stayed. I was doing the thing.
Oh. Okay.
Well, it's not like she's gonna get the house. She's just
No,
running the bar.
But we should
Don't worry about it and just sign the
still
piece.
have say in what goes on in the bar.
I would like to point out, Ghost made it very well known that she did not care what happened with the bar because she did not
I'm
want to be.
metaing as a player indoor.
Then keep
Greybeard
doing your
has run
ritual.
establishments. I'm sure he is just itching at the bit here.
I know.
Gotta do
And
what
it's
you gotta
wonderful.
do.
So,
Kronk's head.
so Hubris,
I'm not a smart business owner.
and that's why you need a manager.
Yep. Hubris is gonna sign.
And she rolls up the piece of paper. And she says, I'm going to hang on to this. Going to make a few copies. Then, going to give it to the magistrate, and I will officially be your employee through the Brewers Guild. So, boss. Which room is mine?
Hubris picks up her stuff, leads her to an empty room. High or low do you prefer?
I always prefer a little low.
Fair. Probably like on the second level, an empty room.
Okay.
Are there any empty rooms? Yeah, we have like a bunch.
The empty room on the second floor, there is the den that you guys just haven't ever really used.
Except for naked Kronk statue time.
That's true. And then there is also your room that that Ghost slept in last night.
That has my stuff in it. Third floor.
It's fine.
There are no vacancies on the second floor. I'll take her upstairs.
Okay. And it is the room adjacent on the hallway to Ghost and Kronk's room. It has its own private bath, which is actually the one that you guys just sort of use as a general bath most of the time.
Well, I hope you don't mind having neighbors. The children sleep up here.
It's all right. I'm good with kids. Kids like shiny things. I like shiny things.
Fair. Well, enjoy your stay.
I think I will. Now, if you don't mind, boss, I'm going to go out and interview some potential employees. Find at least better ones than what Devil had.
Hey, I liked Ellie and Clay and Hollow. Yes, that's his name.
Find more employees then. So that way it's not just 3 people running a bar all day.
All right.
Then she takes her things and then goes into the room. And she just kind of pokes her head out again and says, I will let you know I will be coming and going as I please.
Liv,
The fuck?
Istrid, he's a housekeeper. Bar.
Is it
He's
like a
also
ghost?
waiter. It's a ghost.
Okay, I understand that part. I'm going to be coming and going as I please.
What the lady said.
Then just door shuts.
What time is it?
At this point, it is roughly like 8:45 in the morning, 9 in the morning.
Whiskey.
And you see a bottle come out of Kronk's room. that looks like it has been left open from several nights ago. It's been left to aerate, as the kids would say. Well, not, your kids. Just some kids.
Just takes a swig of it. Heads downstairs.
All right, and as you are coming downstairs, or at least beginning to go down, Ghost will say that is when you are done with your ritual as well.
Okay. I'll just walk out of the room. If Hubris is gonna intersect, I know that you can't go in there with the stuff, so if you wanted me to leave it off for now.
Yeah. That's fine.
Are you alright?
As a whole, maybe. Right now, maybe. I'll figure it out.
Alright. Don't drink that whole bottle.
Kronk drank like a third of it already. I didn't...
You're a lightweight, darling.
I have +2 constitution.
Don't know what that means, but you are a stick.
I'll be fine.
If you don't mind changing the flowers, I have yet to do that.
Okay. He'll set down the bottle on the stairs, then head into the room.
I'll go back downstairs and hang out with the kids.
All right, and when you go downstairs and see the kids, you see that not only do the kids just have food smothered across their faces, Kronk as well also just has food that's kind of matted into his face. And it looks like there is just a stack of dirty dishes that have been set on the table. The kids don't know how to wash them, and you know that Kronk is not the person to trust with this chore.
How was breakfast?
It was great! Annie Istra's a great cook! And Nat just nods and then says thank you.
What's not me?
Well, are you going to do training now, or that
Can
probably
we?
should have before? We don't want anyone cramping.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow. We'll get here before the breakfast is here.
Aww. You made us wake up early. He took our blanket when we were sleeping and told us we were gonna train.
Now's time. Let's go. And I walk over behind the bar and lift the hatch up and point.
And all of the kids' eyes just get wide, and you see that Nat is the first one to just shoot over to this hole. She is a natural-born explorer, and Squidly, just kind of calling after her, hops down into the hole as well. And you see that Jenks is a little pensive to go into the dark down there, but seeing his friends already go down, it's one of those, hey, wait for me! And he continues to run after.
And Kronk has the hatch open, but he's got one hand ready to grab Jenks, and he's kind of lowering the hatch and ready to, in case Jenks falls off the thing. But if he makes it down,
Yeah, he makes it down.
Then Kronk will, the 600-pound smash and pull the thing closed. And
They grow up so fast. I guess Ghost is gonna do dishes. She's not very happy about it. That's tomorrow's lesson.
Fair enough. So, Hubris, you are going to put fresh flowers onto Wolf, as well as you can see that there are some flowers that looks like the one when you had initially seen Kronk's display. It was very nice and meticulous, but he didn't look like he was in it last time, as the flowers are just kind of tossed onto the bodies. Seems a little bit haphazard.
Just gonna, as I'm putting on fresh flowers, straighten them out.
Okay.
Nothing fancy.
Make a performance check.
That's a nat 20.
How do you want the flower arrangements to look?
I'm gonna put the flowers like along the bedside and up along the headboard, like a balloon arch but with flowers,
Okay.
and just like glorious. That looks great. And I'm gonna set on fire. No. Turn and I head on out.
All right, are you just kind of like tossing them on Zaraj, or are you just leaving those?
He has fresh flowers?
Fresher. I don't think Kronk, did you put any flower? No, he doesn't have any.
Oh, can I extend it so that it's like up over the both of them?
Yeah. Again,
Flower
you rolled an at 20.
Just like, yeah, that doesn't look weird at all. Turns.
All right. So, you begin to head out, and then by the time that you make it downstairs, Ghost, you are finishing up with dishes, and you can hear Kronk and the kids yelling downstairs.
Are they yelling like in a productive way, or are they yelling in like just messing around way?
It sounded like a little bit of horseplay.
I'm gonna go down there and see what's going on, what shenanigans are going down.
You see that Kronk is trying to show them proper form for like push-ups. And they are just like climbing on top of his back, or at least Squidly is like trying to just be added weight. And you see that Nat is actually taking this very seriously, but it seems like it is mostly just Squidly constantly questioning about all of the different weapons that are on the wall that Kronk has. Like, ooh, what's this one called? What's this one do? How'd you get this one? And you see that Jenks is just like, I'm not exactly physically fit. How can, do you have any exercises that are more akin to me?
And the whole time, as Kronk's like, he's like, 25, 26, and Squiggly says something, and he's like, 1, 2, 3. So Nat's like shaking, trying real hard.
She's a lanky girl as well, so her arms are shaking because she just doesn't have the muscle mass. She was stockier, maybe. Yet.
Ghost still boys in her like mother tone.
They both just straighten up, and Squidly like quickly puts a weapon back on the shelf.
It doesn't seem like you're paying very good attention to Uncle Kronk.
I'm sorry, and Jenks just also says, I was just asking questions.
There is a time for questions, there is a time for listening. Now is a time for listening.
All right, Nat, you count off the next 20 for them. Just stomp your foot. And when you're done stomping, then they're done pushing. Down.
And you see, and Ghost, you see a smile that you yourself have had on your face many, many, many times growing up. But this sense of just like, I'm going to make you do so many push-ups.
I don't know how to count.
Yeah. So yeah, Nat just starts stomping her foot, and she starts stomping very quickly at first, and you kind of have to, you show her the rhythm to get into. But eventually she's doing it, getting Jenks and Squidly to try to do push-ups.
You breathe on the push. And you are all right, Jenks. Here. And I like bump his knees down to the thing and let him do like roly-poly kind of push-ups. so
Thank you for not calling them girl push-ups.
You know me.
I like roly-poly push-ups.
I do.
So but yeah.
Yeah, once they're back in line, Ghost will go back upstairs.
All right. And that's around the time that Hubris is coming down, having spent a decent amount of time making sure this flower arrangement was impeccable. I think on the flower arrangements, Kronk got a nat 20, and then you've gotten a nat 20 as well. Or Kronk, was yours just like a 24 or something really high?
It was a dirty 20.
Oh, that's fair.
I'm +3 to performance.
Got it.
So
Hubris just stares at the table with the empty plates, with his whiskey jug, and he goes, thump. Well, so are they horsing around or actually training down there?
They are training now.
They were horsing around. Got it.
They're children. They need to learn.
And he just sinks down in a seat and rubs his head. You know, I don't like any of this.
No?
No. Well, I like this, like the whole children and the... It's fun. I meant the stone and the wizard asshole who took it. And now we're gonna have to do stuff for him? Are we gonna do stuff for him?
I am of the firm belief that living is the best thing to do for yourself. So, if it is something that will continue our lives, I think that we should. However, I think that perhaps having this wizard in control is not the best of options.
So, what do you suggest? When he has his guard down, whenever that is, we shank him in the back, kick him in the kidneys, and then steal the stone?
We are alone in this room, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I think that Zance, whatever, new Zents, I think that they might all be pawns. And if we maneuver them around properly, or if they are maneuvered properly, they will handle themselves. We cannot fight him. So, perhaps we get others to do it for us.
Hubris kind of smiles to himself. Maybe we can start a rumor. Something to kick this off.
What do you have in mind?
I could go up to my old pal Snaggletooth and have him spread the word that the big man has the stone. See if that doesn't get Prabaz into gear.
It has to be something we can control. If Prabaz goes after this master, we need to be there. But I feel like maybe Kronk might have an idea. He is a fighter's mind, yes?
Sure. But right now, I think we need more guerrilla tactics than headlong rush into death.
And who do you know that is more gorilla-like than Kronk?
He does a little bit of both, I suppose.
You know, before we do that, I wanted to say I feel I judged you too harshly this morning. I know that, I mean, I've seen you with other women, and I know the way you wine and dine, however you'd like to put it. But I also know that it's easier to do those things when it doesn't mean anything.
It's more of a dine and dash, really, darling.
Exactly. So, apologizing for the
It-
way I behaved.
it's
Yeah.
I understand. You don't have to vocalize. I accept. I don't know how to respond to this.
She's gonna put her finger on his mouth. You don't have to say anything now.
Okay. Well, I have a lot of pent-up aggression, and I've been drinking whiskey all morning. I'm gonna go fight Kronk.
Just before you leave, I do expect you to sleep in the same bed as me tonight.
Will do. Opens the door, walks downstairs. Fight me, big man!
All right, and when
Dad,
and
no, you're gonna die! And Squidly just
Gonna
calls
die
out to you.
anyway!
when you get down there, he's got Nat, and he's like double eye slice. Like
Woo! Kronk!
He's winging these around, Squiggly. He's got the scimitars, and Nat's got 2 axes, and she's chopping at a dummy.
Do you know that the picture I send all the time with the Big Hero 6 character, and he's like,
Yeah.
That's what Hubris is doing, just like concerned.
And Jenks has a couple of sighs, and he's like poking at him.
Motherfucker, where are you getting all of these?
And he's poking at the poking at one of the dummies, just sort of like not looking. And Kronk's like, eyes on the target, little man, and turns his head back to it. And
Training weapons, Kronk.
what?
I cast blindness! And you see Jenks just like stab forward.
He's gonna hop the like last 4 stairs and then take the size out of Jang's hands.
He's like,
That's not how you actually do that, but
You here. If you want him blind, stick him in the eye.
Then Jenks just looks up and you hear just Squidly off in the distance. Cool! You see Jenks just like stab up forward on the practice dummy. And then he looks at you, Kronk, and then looks over at Hubris. He doesn't know how to take this criticism.
you tried. Patting him on the shoulder. You tried. But something a little bit more your speed. Maybe like pocket sand.
What's pocket sand?
Hubris like throw. Can I say Hubris has pocket sand?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, he just like spins and like tosses a bunch of sand into the dummy's face. Pocket sand.
Hey, that's dirty pool. Though we did it in the arena all the time.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do, right?
Except we didn't really have pockets. We just picked it up off the ground. But that's better.
And you see Jenks just like reach down and like put some sand into his hand. Just goes to throw it at the dummy, and you just see there's no finesse with it at all. It is just a kid throwing a small bit of sand into the air.
You know, it's on the wrist, but we'll work on that.
And so yeah, Hubris, you are going to be fighting Kronk.
Yeah,
All right.
clear a space.
All right.
I'm gonna declare, even though this isn't a fate game, but I want to be down there when they fight.
Okay. Yeah. Unless you had anything else to do in the bar. Yeah, you can totally just be down watching this little family of yours.
It's like Hubris takes off his coat, takes off his shirt,
Ow, ow.
walks around this. Like they're both like walking around in a circle, and Frost forms on like what's up?
Oh, Kronk's like, you hear that boulder snapping, noises as he's like crunching his bones into place.
Oh, as he's doing that, Hubris is like spinning his hand and forming frost in it, and it turns into like a pair of nunchucks.
And Ghost will have the kids next to her, and she'll be pointing out things that they're doing correctly or incorrectly. Hubris, darling, don't talk about killing anyone. Okay, we don't want to have another problem.
It's
Kronk,
I'm not an asshole.
subdual. Subdual, darling.
All right. Weapons or, I mean, you got a weapon, but do I get a weapon?
I don't know. Do you want a weapon?
Hmm.
You could use a training weapon. This is bludgeoning.
All right. And I don't have anything resembling a training weapon, so here.
You do have a training greatsword.
Oh, I do. Okay, yeah. All right. He grabs the
giant wooden greatsword.
the training version of the great sword, but it's it's wood, obviously. All right.
So, pick your poison. Spells on, spells off.
Go ahead. But you can't do subdual damage with spells, right?
No.
All right. Spells on.
Ugly's the non-lethal ones.
All right.
All right.
It's gonna be great, guys.
All right. And Ghost, you see that Squidly is just like trying to take off his shirt to emulate his new father figure. And eventually he just gets it all the way off, and there's just this little half-naked tiefling boy just, go Dad! And that's where both of you can roll into initiative to find out who goes first.
Now, children, Kronk is much bigger than Hubris. So Hubris,
Yeah, he is!
he's going to have to use his speed and intelligence. Though Kronk has fought in a gladiatorial stage for quite some time, so I believe I am not going to say who I think's going to win, though I think we all know. I believe in you, Hubris. And I look over at Kronk and just give him a please don't kill him.
And so, Kronk, with his +0 for his dexterity, he's got
I got
what?
17.
15.
Okay, so Hubris, you go first. We're just gonna go back and forth, so I don't need to write anything down.
Okay. Sweet. Just gonna duck the side, left, right, hit him in the ankle with the nunchuck.
You could certainly try.
Does a... How much is that? Wait, no. There we go. 25 hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's too high.
Oh. That's not a D8. Wait. That's a D8. 5, 7, 8. 9 points of bludgeoning damage to the big man.
All right. Nice. Good hit. Okay. Oh, and the app.
Yes, D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond.
So if you scroll over to the the left side of the screen, our stats will pop out. So you guys can actually, those of you in chat can check out our characters and whatnot.
Are adjusting stats in live time.
Mm-hmm. All right. That was you.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right. Kronk comes winging in, and he's gonna flat blade. I'm gonna assume 22 hits.
Yep.
All right. Reroll ones.
That's still the most terrifying thing to come from Kronk.
This is gonna hurt.
I reroll ones and twos. So 9 and 5, 14.
Yep.
And you see both Jenks and Squidly both kind of like turn away. Jenks is sitting closest to you, Ghost, and is currently just like head in your arm. He doesn't want to watch. But you see
Kronk called out, headache maker.
And you see that Squidly like grabs his horns and is just kind of like pulling his head back, just, oh, come on! And you see Nat is just like at the edge of her seat, just, yeah.
There's like this sickening as it hits Hubris, and you can see like that small smile coming on his face again. Grit your teeth, big man. Hellish rebuke.
Hellish rebuke. Yep.
Gotta make a deck save.
All right. You know, I'm really great at those.
Yeah.
My bonus to dexterity. Hey, 5 plus 0 is 5. So, you know, I take the full blunt of said damage.
I rolled a 10, 10, and a 9.
All right. That's all damage?
All ice damage. Or cold.
All right. Then I'll try to shrug some of it off with my stone's endurance. So 10, what, 29?
29.
All right. Oh, a 10 on the 12.
Nice.
Plus my level is, we're 4th now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 14. So out of 29.
15?
Mm-hmm.
15.
15. All right. I absolutely love D&D Beyond. Let me tell you. It helps us dyslexics like you would not believe, because I can just type numbers in and we're good, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
Sorry to be Hubris still has a point of exhaustion, right?
Yeah.
Does that do anything against attack?
No, that's just ability.
Or I think that's 3rd level of
Yeah.
exhaustion or 2nd.
Third. Yeah.
You just see a giant block of ice blindside Kronk like a sledgehammer.
And then it is the position swap with Nat and Squidly cheering. And Jenks is just, what's happening? Like, doesn't want to look, but wants to know.
owl bear in front of his face.
Mhm. He's clutching his owl bear plushie tight.
Okay, and that was me getting attacked on my turn, so back to you and your nunchucks, which...
Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. I think I broke a rib.
Did you sneeze too hard?
No, I got hit by a fucking greatsword.
That was a critical roll. Marisha turned her head and sneezed, and she like popped
Hurt
her rib.
herself.
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
Big man, do you want to keep going or?
I mean, you calling it good?
Oh, I think I went too hard too fast.
You got him, Dad!
Oh, he called me dad. Well, don't kill me.
All right. I am a little trepidatious about the situation, considering last time I sparred.
I mean, it's not like I'm gonna provoke you into killing me or anything.
Nah, we're doing good.
Okay, cool. And then you see Hubris like weakly thwap him across the stomach
With the nunchucks.
with the knife. A 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 hit you.
Oh, it glances off the scale mail
Oh, bother.
by like a point, dude. By like a point. Oh, back to me.
Yes. Quick rounds.
Quick rounds.
All right. Kronk is like, no, Kronk wouldn't understand the whole dad. Oh, I'm cheering for blah blah blah.
He would understand someone cheering for him, though.
Right, and he would be like, I'm the arena hero. You're cheering for me, so he's gonna let you have it. 18 and 7 is 25, I think.
Yeah, no.
You have a shield spell, right?
I do, but it only boosts by 5.
Ah, okay.
If I was the other character, this would be easy.
Yeah. So I rolled a 1 and a 2 on the 6-siders, so I roll those again. Double 3s.
I'm alive.
double threes, so that's 6 plus 5 is 11.
Wow, that chunked half of that.
Again, with the like a cricket bat coming across sideways.
Ghost at this point is going to come up behind Kronk and just as he's following through with the blade, she's going to grab it out of his hands. That's quite enough of that, boys.
There's like an icicle forming right by Kronk's head, and it just slowly starts melting.
And Kronk like grabs around you on one arm, and it's like, that's good sparring. That's good sparring.
Oh, yeah, that is some good sparring. Thank you, Kronk.
And he'll pick you up, but not like smash your head in the ceiling. Just kind of on an arm and be like, yeah, woo.
One day you too, kids, can get the shit kicked out of you.
Oh, you did good. You did good.
And you see that Nat is just silently cheering and then looks at Squidly and just raspberries just and then goes back to cheering for Kronk. Just stomping her feet, slapping her hands against the stone, trying to make some sort of noise.
Well, if you could use deadly force, your spells, that'd be a different story. Because you'd be invisible. Never see you coming. And he puts you down.
No, they typically don't.
Still need to get your gun back too, right?
Yeah. I'm kind of learning to live without it, but it feels like I'm just naked all the time.
Kronk thinks about it. And then
It's like if you never had your ball and chain.
Yeah. Bad. And then he gets that 1,000-yard stare like, yeah, that damn chain was on my leg from when I was a child. You know, he doesn't say that. He just gets that 1,000 yards.
Well.
So yeah, it is that creep out moment for Kronk. All right.
Well, that was thoroughly entertaining. Children, did you learn anything?
And then Squidly just says, that you fight better when you have your shirt on. And he just goes and like puts his shirt back on as well.
It's true. Armor is important, children.
Well, not to me. Not anymore. Mage armor.
What's mage armor? Says Squidly, and he's just kind of like looking at you past his owlbear.
Well, you see, when you're a caster like myself, or if you wish to be, sometimes armor...
I am a caster!
As a caster like yourself, sometimes sometimes heavier armor gets in the way of the more somatic components of your spells. So we created mage armor, and like he tinks himself a little bit, and you can see like a little spark of electricity. It's like wearing actual armor, but not really.
Can you teach me? Can you teach me how to be a wizard like you?
You know, I'm not actually a wizard. I don't know. I can ask someone.
Okay.
Has Hubris put on a shirt?
No,
Yeah,
he's
he's
still.
like-
Oh, he's putting on
He's
a shirt.
like putting it on as he's talking.
All right. Squidly, do you
Yeah?
want to see some magic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just nods.
Ghost is gonna walk over to Hubris, and she's just gonna rake her claws and rip his shirt,
Ah,
and then she's gonna cast mending on it.
As you're sitting there for
A minute.
a minute, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Why is it taking so long?
I don't know. Ask the creators. I
I
didn't
can-
make up the spell.
I can sew this so much faster.
Shh.
I could go upstairs and get my sewing kit, walk back down, and sew it here.
But that's not as Fine. Do you want to do it that way? We can tell.
No, you've already started.
Squidly is like walking over to the wall, just idle kid touching weapons.
Squidly.
Huh? What? Is it done?
I'm done.
Yeah, and the mending is about finished.
Puts it on.
Boys. Ghost is gonna walk over to Kronk and give him a kiss on the cheek and cast Cure Wounds. Because you boys. Nope.
Appreciate it.
No, I'm not gonna do that because we might need to. Yep. No, I'm doing it. I said it.
We could just take a short rest
I'm doing it.
and spend hit dice.
Let ghost be ghost.
Fine.
I was gonna give it to Hubris, but that's fine.
Ooh, ow.
He has ice powers, but that's cold.
I don't think all the ice in the world will help that burn.
Oh, buddy.
All right, so
How much do I get back, or do you not cast the spell?
No, I cast it. That's right. I actually have to give you that stuff.
Take this time to rest.
So 3 plus 8 max.
All right.
11.
nice.
Oh. Cool.
Not you.
Did that the wrong way.
No, I'm taking a short rest.
Oh.
I'm expending hit die. Because also I'll get my spells back.
Ghost will take the kids upstairs and start laying down the rules of the house.
Okay.
Like if you're gonna steal something, you better not get caught. Lift sees everything. There's a curfew unless there's an emergency, like all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
But the
Hubris.
ghost version of
Yes,
house rules.
Very scary version.
Just gonna throw on his coat, and Hubris is gonna go to the bookstore real quick.
Okay. So yeah, you go to I believe it is called the Bookworm's Trove.
Yes.
Yeah. So
With the golden dragonborn.
yes, a squat little dragonborn.
Rashal the page turner.
Yes. So the Bookworm's Treasure. It is just down the way from where you guys live. So you end up finding it absolutely no problem. And you see that Rashal has the door closed. There seems to be like snow has been pushed aside to make for walkways, but rather than almost a month ago when you had come in initially and the door had just kind of been left open for a nice breeze, it is very much you can see that he's inside.
Oh, I should do that in a bit. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, just quiet tap on the door.
And, you hear muffled, "Come in."
Rashal?
Yes, what is it?
Hi, I was wondering, do you have anything in the means of, like, baby's first spell book?
Are you looking for a spell book for babies, or are you looking...
Or, like, apprentice level spells, that sort of deal?
I have first level spells.
Oh, do you have an instructional guide on... Or is that something you need to send away to, like, a magic academy?
I might have something lying around, but that's typically something you go to a magic academy for.
Right.
How old is the one learning this art?
11, 12-ish.
Might still be a few years out on him, but he might be able to learn. I can think of something. It will be costly, though.
How much?
At least 250 gold.
Ooh, public school it is.
All right. And you just turn tail.
Thanks,
and walk.
Rashal.
It's no problem. Do you still want me to look into it for you?
Sure.
I'll be sure to do so. Thank you for coming by.
Yes, haven't stopped in a while. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. It's a little bit cold. Draconic blood isn't exactly meant for cold weather, at least not gold ones like myself.
And Hubris will spend a few minutes chatting before heading back.
All right. Yeah, and you learn that business has been pretty good lately. Most people just kind of enjoy a good book during the winter months. And Rashal even lets you know that there are some cultures who make a point of giving each other books during the winter solstice.
Huh.
That's usually one of his best days, which is actually coming up in the next month and a half, so he's very excited about it.
Yeah. Hubris pops on back. Well, jury's out on officially teaching anybody magic. It's a lot of money.
And you see Jenks just kind of like Jenks, Squidly, and Nat all know what that means, and they just kind of put their heads down. And then Jenks looks up and says,
Well, didn't Auntie Istrid say that she had more money? I was gonna be coming in.
Eventually. So, hang tight, Jenks.
and just kind of nods, and you see him like it's a solemn nod, and he just kind of squeezes his owlbear a little bit tighter.
Children, if we turned part of this building into an orphanage, we could get money from the city.
Could we?
Yes, right?
Does that mean we would have to be adopted?
No. When I say orphanage, I mean...
Oh, like a halfway house.
Yes, a place where we could teach children in the ways of what we do best.
Killing.
No! Dancing.
Dancing. Yep. Every time a carriage goes by.
And Squidly just looks up and just,
I don't know how to dance.
Well, we can teach you that as well.
dancing's for girls. And then Jenks just kind of, and then Nat just like looks at him and just, fuck, like, like, why would you say that? And then Jenks is just,
I know a little bit about how to dance.
Oh.
Would you like to show me?
And he just kind of like comes up next to you and then puts his arms out.
She puts her hands down on his shoulder, like on his neck. Puts her hands around him.
And then you just...
And he's going to try and roll a performance check.
And 1 and 2.
That's a 9 that would have got. So it is a kid's first time trying to dance in front of other people.
Hey.
But you see that Nat has her arms crossed, and she's just kind of has this like little self-satisfied grin on her face, and gives a look, shoots a look over at Squidly to kind of just be like, see, it's not just a girl thing. But you can see that is his eye patch side, so he just does not pay attention.
Ghost is going to, at the end, do a flourish and dip him. And then give him a kiss on the cheek. And then bring him up.
And then he just like sits up, and his hand is just to his cheek, his eyes wide. And you see that Squidly is just...
That's what happens when you learn to dance.
I get it now, Dad.
The whole time Kronk was, given the timing, the beats.
No, I was gonna say, could Hubris have gone like under the stage, pulled out his viol, start playing a little bit?
You guys could have definitely provided a little bit of background music for Jenks and Ghost's dance.
Well, then I would have had my drum.
Yeah, because you guys are downstairs in the bar.
Cool.
That was lovely. Thank you. And when you're done, you bow.
And then Jenks just gives a little bow towards you.
It's something we can work on. Squidly, is that something that you would like to try as well?
Yep.
And then he kind of like comes up closer to you and just, if I dance, do I get the on the cheek as well?
Only if you try your hardest.
I'm gonna try so hard. He just like gets this look of determination.
And she'll show him a box step sort of thing.
All right.
Fourth time.
All right. And he will do his damnedest. He is not as good a dancer as Jenks is, and Jenks is not a very good dancer.
And she'll give him a kiss on the other cheek.
And him just,
Would you marry me someday?
Maybe if you're strong enough.
I am going to get so strong.
Now I'm gonna look over at Hubris. See, it's so easy. It's just like
Just, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, I see it now.
Squiggly's like, Uncle Kronk! Strong now!
he comes over and he just starts doing push-ups next to Kronk. And Nat just looks at him, rolls her eyes.
And Kronk nods his head at Nad, like,
Hubris is gonna bump Nat with his hip towards Ghost. Well, go on.
And she just kind of like looks back at you, looks at Ghost. And she is going to give you a bow. She is not going to try and do the same like box dance or other dance. It's more of that she just wants to be dancing in the same space as you.
okay.
She also rolled really terrible on her performance, but she's the best dancer out of the lot of them.
Yay! Yay! And at the end, I'll give her a hug, and I'll nuzzle her head a little bit.
And she just holds you very tightly, and then afterward just looks at you and says thank you.
Well, I feel like that's enough learning for today. What else would you children like to do? I know that we have other business to attend to.
And as you are talking about the other business to attend to, that is when you see a set of familiar faces walk through your front door, and that is your bar employees. Who have been told that the bar is opening up today. So Eliota, Klee, and Hollow have all returned for their standard shift, and as they come in, Klee just looks around, just, are these kids yours?
We adopted.
That's so wonderful. Congratulations.
Well, kids, Uncle Klee, Auntie Eliota, Uncle Hollow.
And Eliota just gives a curtsy. She's already wearing, like, she's taking off thicker layers that she had been wearing to trudge through the snow, and underneath she's just wearing her standard work outfit. And they all seem to just kind of have a quick rapport, and Hollow just waves at them and then goes back into the kitchen. He doesn't ever really say much anyways.
Kronk gives Klee a big, high five.
Yeah, and he just gives you a high five as well.
Well, if we're going to be open again tonight, you three have a lot of work to do. If you need anything, she points to Hubris. Turns children.
And they all come over towards you.
So there's going to be a shield dwarf lady. She's going to be the manager from here on. Yeah. Listen to what she says.
Okay. And then Hubris, you're just kind of like taking a back step to follow Ghost and Kronk.
Yes. Yes, he is.
Okay. Sounds good.
I would like to speak with the dwarf lady if she's up there.
Okay. When you go upstairs, she is actually not in her room.
I would like to check on the bodies.
Okay. Yeah,
They're gone.
Yeah, right.
Both of them. No, so you open up the door and kind of move. Furniture wouldn't have even have been put back into place. But yeah, are you just letting Hubris and Kronk distract the kids while you go and check out your storage closet?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, you go in, and when you do, you find just the most gorgeous flower display. It looks like there is just an arch that comes up almost rainbow style over both Wolf and Zaraj, where Wolf is on the bed and then Zaraj is just kind of pushed up against a wall on the floor.
Okay. As long as they're both still there.
Yeah, they're both still there.
Okay. I will push the dresser and all the stuff back in front of it. Yeah, and then go back to the gang. Did we have plans for the day? I know we still need to speak with Fala.
Oh, yeah.
Or should we hold off?
It's like a band-aid. We might as well do it now.
Well, if he's going to be resurrected, it doesn't matter, does it?
Oh, true.
Oh, Kronk, dear. Come here. Leave the children.
Mm-hmm.
But Istrid said that he was going to have to keep a low profile.
True. But Kronk, Istrid is going to resurrect her friend. I have not figured out a way to get her to resurrect Wolf without being in our debt, or in her debt. So if you have any ideas, now would be the time.
And it statues up for a second and gets the skull face. Like, in his mind, he's like ripping the dwarves' arms off and throwing them across the room. Like, well, that's one way. And then he kind of, shakes that off, and he's like, I'll think about it.
Okay. Is there anything else? Oh, she is also going to be the manager of the bar for a while.
What does that mean to me?
Nothing.
All right.
I don't think, right? You did keep our say as owners, correct?
So what you do is you snap your fingers and...
Hubris,
Hmm?
you did keep our say as owners, correct?
DM?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she insisted.
All right. Then no, it means nothing.
All right.
There's another person down there
Hmm.
who's going to get money from us.
She makes good food, so,
Yeah.
it's all good.
All right. Well, did you have anything you wanted to do today? I mean, I feel like at some point I do have concerns about this stone.
Mm-hmm.
Because gods know what this person is going to be doing with it.
Mm-hmm.
From what I gather from everything that's happening, the stone is used to locate Never Ember's what's it?
The stone can do anything. It can
Oh.
tell you anything you want to know.
Right.
But it's
So-
cursed, right?
Yes, but with a high enough power of a wizard, I'm sure that he could manipulate his way around it.
Mm.
Player me was like, oh, I know how I'd do it. But Kronk would never think of it, so...
Just have somebody ask the questions for you.
Charm them and then have them ask the questions. They get cursed and you know where the stuff is.
So, we know... what do I know about teleportation circles?
Make an Arcana check.
Hey kids, do you want to go play in the other room for a second?
Yeah!
Here! And I'll like toss a ball or
Here's some
something.
string.
Here's a ball.
Ooh, that was
Here's a-
almost a 1. Okay, I like this thing. Arcana is a dirty 20.
All right.
Ooh.
So, teleportation circles, they are a permanent magical structure, but the only way that they get permanent is by having put that same magical pattern in there for about a year, like coming back every day, making sure that that circle is there. So the presence of a magical circle means that he's probably been here for a while, or at least has had people helping him out for a while in order to have that in several locations, at least that you think he would have. Any good wizard worth his salt would probably have multiple locations.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that there isn't a way that you can potentially backtrace it.
Mm-hmm.
You have a way of, there is a slight chance, if you are a high enough magic user, that you'll be able to kind of figure out through other various magical means where it leads.
Okay, but if I activate it, I can activate it.
You would have to know where it was going.
Oh, okay. And okay. So
Yeah, it's not like just standing in the middle of a circle and say a magic word and you disappear. It's part of a spell to be able to teleport.
Well, we could stake it out, see if he comes back.
Doubt it, because he doesn't have a reason to.
Well, if that teleportation circle has been there for a long time, so I mean,
Also,
why
there's
wouldn't
kind of
he?
like some people there that are ex-people, and it might be...
I'm not saying we wait inside. That would be ridiculous. Although, while we're in the area, I do have a score I need to settle. And Ghost kind of just gets this like flame eye starts burning a little brighter as she starts looking off in the distance. Perhaps it's time we end it.
Oh, boy.
Perhaps it's time we do, because right now is the perfect time to go into a break. So I would like to say thank you to everybody who's decided to stop by and join us on this wonderful adventure through Waterdeep. As you guys, like, based on the first episode, based on where you are now, going from killing people to help raising kids, and then plotting first to kill people. That's character progression if I've ever seen it. So we are going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes, so don't go no place in lab unless it is to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, grab a hoodie from the merch store, or maybe some other delectable piece of merch. Look at all this merch! Look at it! And we will see you guys shortly. So, don't go no place. All right, everybody. Hello, everybody, and welcome back from the break. Hopefully you managed to grab a food, grab the drink, grab the friends, and grab something else. Who knows? Hopefully it was a shirt and not something weird.
Like an orange.
Or feet, because we can't show that. I swear to God, don't you do this again.
Look what I found.
No! For you audiocast listeners, he showed nothing. Nothing! All right. So, what you guys are talking amongst yourselves, thinking about going out to kill the priest that Ghost has been wanting to find for quite some time.
Well, it's an option. We'd have to do some research.
I could ask around.
Unless it becomes a target of opportunity.
Your belt, your disguise thing, Hubris. That works
Yes.
for me.
Goes
It
to
says
luck.
self in the name.
It says self in the name.
So it's only something you can do.
Correct.
Still could be useful. I mean, we are not very conspicuous. Is that right?
No, you are very conspicuous.
We are.
We are not inconspicuous.
We are not very inconspicuous. We stick out, is what I'm trying to say.
I mean,
have
in
a
this
degree in
blizzard.
English, guys. But doing some reconnaissance, I know that the church that he frequents.
Fun.
Murder.
Murder.
You know, we know is throw a cabbage cart at the church. And we'll get their attention.
It's the wrong kind of attention.
Oh, we can just lay low and follow them then.
Mm-hmm. That's the plan.
Am I gonna have to brush up on my religions?
Perhaps not if you went in as a follower saying that you are interested in learning the ways. Or you could just walk around and put eyes on him and we can follow him.
I can do that as well.
And what do we do with the children?
You know, let's not do that. We could always just leave Lift to watch them.
They have their Auntie Istrid.
They have the boss staff to bother if they want. Just tell them not to leave the premises.
All right. Are you sure you want to be a part of this, Hubris?
And what, sit here all day doing God's knows what? Twiddling my thumbs while you guys are out there having all the fun?
It's not going to be pretty, is what I'm saying, and you might see a different side of me.
Well, if you haven't noticed, the last couple of months haven't been pretty, and I've seen plenty sides of you, so... It'll be a surprise! Why not?
Okay. Let's start where we know he probably is. I'm sure he's moved house by now.
Considering you burned his last one, yes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That was somebody else.
It was totally somebody else.
Who was that? What?
We would like to head to the hands, the House of Something Hands, right?
The House of Inspired Hands is the Temple of Gond.
Just kidding.
Yep. There is, however, the Morning Spire.
Morning Spire.
Yes. So yes, you go to the Morning Spire. It is roughly about midday at this point. And when you get there, Ghost, you don't end up seeing a familiar face out on a promenade teaching youths. It is far too cold for anything relating to that. And when you go inside, are you guys asking around for Father Lewitt? Or how are you going about gathering information, I should say?
I think Hubris should disguise himself as a human and go about probably just walking around, taking in the sights, maybe asking questions as far as like, I'm, looking, I'm trying to find religion, the sun is called to me, that sort of thing. And seeing his options, basically.
Sure. I'm going to adopt the form of nondescript man A. Short brown hair, pale skin, brown eyes.
Okay.
Commoner clothing.
You look Aluskan as fuck.
Nice.
So, yeah, you are wearing these standard, just standard set of clothes. Unless you said you wanted them to look like priestly vestments.
No, commoner
Just
clothing.
Commoner clothing. All right, so yeah, you make your way into the temple, and based off of Ghost's description that I'm guessing you would have given him of just like, hey, if you see this dude, that's the guy. You don't see anybody who matches the description of Father Lewitt.
Would Ghost have told him what religion he follows?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is
He follows a monitor.
A monitor.
Yep.
I am looking into joining a monitor.
Hello.
Hello.
And the figure that you end up meeting is a half-elf male who is wearing the standard clergy robes of a follower of Lathander. And they just say, well, as a matter of fact, we do have a small sect within our temple that does worship your sun god. It is the Spire of Mourning. So Pelor, Amonitor, Lathander, you can worship them all here. Primarily Lathander. We'd like to point that out.
Of course.
I mean, I'm sure Amonitor is great, but like, have you met Lathander? Have you seen him before?
Well, you see, I found my family follows a monitor and can't go against family.
See? Oh, I understand. I understand. Now, the head brother for our Monitor sect likes to show up at daybreak, and then he usually leaves around 11, so you just missed him not too long ago. But he usually shows up every morning, so if you just come back tomorrow, I'm sure that you can talk to him then. Otherwise, there are other members of the clergy that he's left in charge to kind of speak the mission about a monitor in his absence, if you would like to talk to them instead.
Oh, sure. Just point me in the direction.
And this acolyte ends up leading you to a corner that is on the eastern wall of this building, of this Spire of Mourning. And when you arrive, there is you see human man, head shaved. It looks like there is there looks to be like a little bit of of tattoo work kind of going on their head, but it doesn't seem like there are no eyes present. If anything, you can see what looks to just be on the back of their skull is just the symbol of a sun. And as you approach, they say, "Hello, my name is Kelvin. How can I help you?"
Hello. I was wondering if you could help me. I was hoping to join well, not sect, but
Our
the
religion.
temple of...
Have you found the sun? You heard
Well,
its call.
Well, I'm hoping to.
Excellent. Now, how were you looking to join? Are you looking to devote your life and become a brother, or were you looking for divine favor in the form of clerical assistance, or were you
just,
seeking
you know,
guidance in a more paladin smite all those who dwell within the dark kind of way?
Just a place of worship.
Well, kind of just motions behind him, and you can see it doesn't look like a very extravagant altar or anything set up, and just, as long as we are here, we followers in Waterdeep, you're more than welcome to stop by and pay homage.
Outside. Hubris is keeping time in his head.
It's only been about 10 minutes at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got time.
Oh, so interestingly enough, if one were to join the Brotherhood, how would you go about that?
Well, part of it is shaving your head. So you'd have to lose, as much as your hair looks perfectly fitted on you, I would have to say that you would have to shave it off as part of our religious culture. As part of our religious culture. Blah, blah.
Culture without cult.
Yes. Then, of course, you'd have to get the sun tattoo. Part of the devotion. And then you would hopefully sell off all your worldly possessions and come join us here.
Okay. Sure. Would you mind if I just went around and introduced myself to the rest of the clergy, or
Oh, yes. Go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. I'm
Sure.
simply here to help.
holds out his hand? Yeah, that should work.
Yeah, he shakes your hand, no problem.
Victor.
Oh, Kelvin, it's nice to meet you. And hopefully to see you soon again.
Hubris is gonna make his way around, studying things, like looking around, talking to people.
All right, and what information are you trying to gather from people as you continue moving about?
Just like names of people here, like the sort of established clergy and who their higher ups are. Like, just kind of focused on the social aspect of their religious church.
Yeah, it is a church.
Their church.
All right. Make a persuade or make a deception check with advantage because you have disguised yourself using magics.
Oh, that's good. That's even better.
It's mo better.
That is mo better. 16 plus 6, 22.
Yes. Yeah, you integrate yourself amongst these people, no problem. And it certainly helps that your tell when you lie is that your tail wraps around your waist. It makes the whole disguising yourself as a human thing way easier when you don't have to worry about your tail. And yeah, so you end up, they all seem very open to be able to talk to you. It seems like that's kind of their shtick, is just being very opening, very warm, very welcoming. And so as you kind of continue to get to know them, you get a general sense of what they are about.
Hour goes by, skips to the privy, recasts, comes back out.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
So is that everybody then, besides the person who was it? They come in the morning.
Oh. That would be Father Lewitt. Now, he's from out of town. So his form of worship is a little bit different than ours. You can tell he has not he has chosen to forego the ritualistic shaving of the head, as well as the ritualistic sun tattoo, and instead he has a full beard of white, very thick white hair. And recently, in the last month and a half or so, he experienced a tragedy. His house seemed like a horrendous case of arson. It caused 3 of the buildings nearby to actually ignite as well. It was quite gruesome. Quite a grisly affair. But we brothers all came together in his time of need, and we got him a nice place in the South Ward.
All right. What time is it now?
At this point, it is about like 1:30, closer to 2.
Yeah. Hubris is gonna mingle with them a little bit more, and once like 15 minutes goes up, he'll like bow to them, say his goodbyes, and leave.
Mm-hmm. And they all just they politely ask for you to come again. Just please come again.
Please come again. Please, we're so lonely.
Please clap.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you make your way out. And Ghost and Kronk, what have you been doing? Hubris was in there for about 2.5 hours.
I assume that we were just kind of staking out the front to see if we see anyone coming or going that is of interest. And if there's something close by, like a bread cart or something like that, we'll mingle over it and have a slice of bread, warm pumpkin bread. And if there is some sort of cart that seems to be like, this is this is where I like to set up because blah 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 blah. Like if they start going into things, then she'll ask some questions of them.
Oh yeah, and you definitely see that there is a meat on a stick cart that comes by, and when it gets close to the noon hour, you see that is right when their cart ends up coming up, and they're actually very close to the church itself. And Hubris, you've seen this as well, is that there are people who head outside, pick up some food, then come back inside. And it seems like this is very much just a convenience style food cart. And they actually feed you as well while you're in there asking about questions. Or asking about the different sun deities they provide for you. It's good food. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Is the cart owner chatty?
Oh yeah. Oh
Is it
yeah.
super busy in there?
It's he's not very I'll say she. The cart owner is a she. She's not very chatty. When the customers are en masse, like she's not gonna take an aside to be like, so let me tell you about this thing that I'd seen. But instead, it very much is business. Until the majority of the crowd is dispersed, and then when there's a little bit of a lull, it seems like she's very much willing to talk to you about stuff.
Okay. Did you want to say something, GB?
How much is meat on a stick?
Frida will sell you the meat on a stick for 2 silver pieces.
All right.
Yes, do math.
I buy 8 of them.
Okay.
And I put them all between my fingers, and I look at Ghost, and I'm like, now I got claws too. And then I'm like,
And Frida just looks at you like, yes, that old shtick again.
That old stick again.
She is glad you are not there.
Frida, in a lull.
Yeah.
Frida, do you frequent this place often?
Oh yeah.
Are you usually only here around lunchtime?
Sometimes breakfast if I have a little bit extra lying around, but for the most part, lunch rush.
Oh yes.
Suits these brothers best. Whenever they're done praying, all they ever do is just whine to themselves about how hungry they is. So I figured, why not just load up a cart with the best meats that I got, bring them down, and then feed them. They give
Very
me
wise
money.
of you.
Always got to be thinking ahead.
Tell me, do you know any of the fathers inside? Any of the priests and clerics?
And she just kind of like puts her hands up. Just
What are you insinuating?
Oh, not like that. I mean, just in passing. Do you speak to? I mean, if you're here often, I'm sure you speak to them.
I mean, I speak to most of them. The ones that come and stay, well, yeah, just a few of them.
Yeah. There was a gentleman I spoke to a while ago now. It was a Father Wagner.
Never heard of a Wagner before.
Maybe it was.
Saw that name once. It was in a vampire story. It scared me.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Gosh, it was Lou. His first name started with an L. Kronk, do you remember Lou Levitt? Lewitt? Is that right?
I think it's Lewitt.
Lewitt?
The Father Lewitt?
Oh yes, that's him. Have you spoken to him? He's not shaved, which is odd for his kind. I mean, his religion.
I mean, I've spoken to him a couple times. He has bought food. He pays well. Always
seems
tips.
like a nice chap. I heard he had a tragedy.
He did. His home burnt down.
Oh wow.
I never caught who did it either.
Oh, do they have any leads?
Well, some people said that they saw a man who, well,
about twice your height, busting through a wall, and she points at Kronk when she says it.
busting through a wall covered in smoke, looking like the devil himself. Others say it was some kind of wild beast that done it, but that doesn't check out to me.
Oh, no. Huh, odd.
Some say, if I'm going to be quite honest, I like to think that it, or not like to think, I do believe it was those Zent fellows.
Oh, really?
Can't be trusted, not a single one. The city's crawling with them snake folk.
Oh, they're everywhere, like sewer rats.
Let me tell you, if I ever got my hands on one,
And she just starts wringing her hands together.
Ghost in her head. She's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Oh, so and I take it he did not go back to that house. It seems.
Oh no. Well,
Got it.
he did have to clear out all of his things that didn't get burnt up in the fire, but apparently he's been moved down a little bit farther away from here. I used to see him at my other location for dinners, but not so much.
Yeah. Do you know? Did he have to buy his own home?
Oh no. Thankfully, from what I heard, the brothers actually pooled together and managed to get him someplace nice.
Oh, bless the sun god. That was nice of them.
Oh, it's quite nice. And I think they skimped out a little bit on their food for a week, or a 10-day, but that's all right.
That's
At least
very
somebody
kind.
has a roof over their head for how cold it is.
Yes, that's true. It would be.
I didn't
very
even bother
inconvenient.
going out when it was so cold.
Yes, those days where it was just blizzard. They called it a polar vortex, if I recall.
What's a pole? Like a 10-foot one? What's it doing making a vortex?
You know when you put ribbons on it and you spin around it like a maypole? But with
Aye?
snow and ice.
I'm just not following you.
That's all right. You've been very helpful. I hope that you do well. I'm sure we will be back for more. And I look over at Kronk, and it's just. I assume they're all gone.
And I'm like, 2 more, and that way I can take 2 gold off and. Be
Mhm.
good. So it
And she
gets
just looks at you with wide eyes, and she's like,
Whatever did that to his house is 2 times bigger than you. I don't know what they would have fed him.
just hands the other 2 to you.
and I offer 1 to Ghost.
Thank you, Kronk. I will gladly take it. And then we'll just wait for Hubris to come out.
Okay. So yeah, and you guys are just finishing up your meat on a stick when Hubris finds his way outside.
Is the cart still there?
The meat stick cart is there, yes. There is very slim selection now. It looks like you have gotten... It looks like there is just like pork in quotes. They can't tell you where it came from, other than that it's tasty.
You know what? I will come back in the morning.
And then we'll walk away from the cart a little bit.
Yeah.
Trying to be inconspicuous.
I'll give them like a 10-foot head start and then follow after.
Then alleyway. Okay. Yeah, we'll duck into an alleyway and like.
I got nothing for you, miss. I'm just a poor man. So he has a house in the South Ward. Snaps, comes back to Hubris.
I appreciate that. I can't stand the sight of humans. I mean, sexually, it's not attractive to me. Can we? You said he has a house in the South Ward.
Yeah, paid for by the brothers and sisters of Amathor.
The South Ward is a quite big ward. Were you able to narrow it down?
Well, I could ask around more, but he does swing by every morning at daybreak, leaves before 11 o'clock.
Well, then perhaps we should come back tomorrow.
But I'm not a morning person.
Don't worry, I'll wake you up. Well, there goes our plans for the day.
Theater?
For what?
I don't know. You set out plans for the day, so figured do something. I don't know. Do you want to head back to the house?
I suppose. I'm not sure how well the children will be on their own.
Oh, right. Kids.
Sorry, I have a hurricane apparently going through my room. Let all the cats in.
You mean a furricane?
Oh, shut up. All right. Thank you, Greybeard. So we should head back to the house, yes?
All right. And how are you guys making your way back to the house? Because you were at the bottom of the market district. So you know that you could either go... I'm actually looking at the map of Waterdeep I've put up on my wall. You can either go north on the high road, or you can make your way through the castle ward, as well as the trade ward. Or, yeah, castle ward and trade ward.
Might as well swing back through the castle ward if it's on the way and kind of do a drive-by in the direction of the... Sorry, I don't know why I said it like that.
Drive-by!
A drive-by in the direction of the the tower.
Okay. All right.
Agreed, boys?
Yeah, sure.
Sounds good.
All right, so as you guys set out and you begin to head back towards where you know the tower is, when you get there, you can see that there is actually a decent number of guards that are standing in front of the tower, and they seem to just be blocking people off from even getting close to it.
Oh, dear.
I wonder what happened there.
Something grisly.
Oh.
Yes. Best not concern yourself, miss. Carry on.
Oh, thank you. Sorry. Yeah, I don't have anything to ask this guy because I know what happened there.
I was there.
Well, perhaps we should leave that for them to. We didn't leave anything there, did we?
Nothing incriminating.
And the snow covered us for the most part, so let's just evacuate the scene.
Yeah, return to the scene of the crime.
Yeah, right. Just doing a drive-by.
All right. And as you guys continue onward, you actually find yourself maybe not 3 city blocks away from where you know Lord Neverember to be located, Rainier. And as you guys are walking, I'd like for you guys to make perception checks.
$12.
Plus 10 of
15.
that.
Oh,
12. Hubris, what'd you get?
15.
15. And then what'd you get, Ghost?
22.
22? Okay.
Yes.
So, the 15 is not good enough to spot this. The 12 is not good enough to spot this. As you guys are walking, it just seems like there is just people milling about, lords and ladies, nobles, guards. And Ghost, your hunter's eye actually kind of picks out a figure that is wearing very thick robes to kind of keep warm. There's a hood pulled up over their head, and they just sort of seem to be walking, and then every once in a while they'll just kind of like look around a little bit, like you would know is them kind of like seeing who is taking notice of them. And as their head turns, you actually see from underneath their cloak what looks to be a split-lipped half-orc, very pale, who is just kind of like looking around and just kind of continues walking, and he seems to be making his way in the same direction as Lord Neverember's house.
Ghost will immediately beeline, like we're like casually walking, and then Ghost just veers off to the right. Her ears perk up a little bit.
Spotted something?
She kind of puts her hand up. Kronk. 5 feet. Behind, please. Hubris, give me a wide berth.
Steps to the side.
And Ghost is going to go stealth mode. Which I actually don't have a very good stealth. I mean, it's fine. But I'm going to track this mofo.
Okay.
Inconspicuously, since what we've learned today. Yeah, I'm gonna see what he is up to.
Okay. So make a stealth check.
The more you know. These extra dogs in the house are driving me crazy. That's a 9.
Okay.
Guys, you're throwing off my mojo.
Sounds
Don't look at me
good.
like that.
All right. Yeah, as you are, you kind of get into this, like, I am a predator, I shall hunt, and you step out into the street, and immediately, you feel, the snow kind of slip out from under you, and you just kind of go skating out into the street, where you had kind of walked off to the side of. And as you do, you can see that there is quite a few people turn around and just watch you. Just, I'm good. I can't catch yourself.
Sorry. Terribly sorry.
Should have worn those gray boots today.
Yeah.
And you see this half-orc figure look at you, and then just get this look on his face like he definitely recognizes you. And then he just turns, puts his hands in his pockets, and he just begins walking very quickly away.
I will give chase. And I'm sure you guys can see where my eyes are. I mean, I didn't say his name, but I kind of make.
Did you describe the character?
No, I started following someone, I guess. I don't know. You might.
We know now. Just give her a keep the back of her head in your sight.
Yeah.
We just need to follow you. So.
So Kronk and Hubris make an insight check.
Oh. 16.
10.
All right, so Kronk, you are just following Ghost, just not really sure where she's going, but she seems to have gotten the sniff of something. And Hubris, as you are following along Ghost from the wide berth, you can kind of see that she seems to be following after this taller individual who's wearing these very thick robes.
Pulls his hood over his head, hands in the pocket, just follows.
Okay. So yeah, and he's going pretty quickly now. So I would like for Ghost to make a survival check as you follow with this guy.
Okie dokie. I was just seeing if I did anything. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. It's a 14.
Okay. So, as you continue following him, eventually he makes it back to the high road and just kind of leads you guys away from the castle ward, just kind of trying to get back into a main thoroughfare. And then as soon as he gets back into the crowd as well, he is going to attempt to try and lose you in the crowd. So you managed to do well enough with the survival check to lead or to follow him to the road. So I'd like for you to make another survival check as he continues to try and maneuver his way around.
How close am I to him?
At this point, he's kept a pretty good distance between the two of you, but he's about 25 feet away at this point.
Okay. Then. No, that's not very helpful. Okay. 19.
Okay. Yeah, so no problem. You have spotted him now. He is in your central vision, and you are just going. trudging through the snow. And Hubris and Kronk, you guys just continue to follow after, and you see that this figure eventually leads you to the southern ward. And then as you guys are continuing on, he's eventually going to go to turn down a street, and you see he just starts booking it.
Okay. How tall are the roofs here?
The roofs are maybe about 20 feet tall. The south ward is very packed.
Are there a lot of people on the street?
It looks like where he's been leading you has kind of been off streets. So it looks like he got down an alleyway, and then there was another offshoot alley that he just booked it down.
Okay. I'm going to Kronk, give chase. Fetch. And I'm going to follow behind. This Kronk's fast boy. Or he can be, right?
So the snow is difficult terrain for people, or no?
Not currently. That was only during the blizzard.
All right. Then I'll use my action surge to catch him.
Okay.
Just
All right. So he is going to see you coming. And he is going to also just beat feet using his abilities. Or at least he would like to try. So I'd like for you to make an athletics check as you get right up close to him and go to grab down towards him.
okay. 25.
Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, no, that did not work. So you are you grappling him? Is that what the plan was?
Yeah, so he can't go anywhere.
All right. So yeah, Ghost and Hubris, you guys are approaching, and you see that Kronk just is grappling this figure. And you see him extend his hand outward, and a blade shoots into his palm from his wrist, and he's actually going to crane back and try and stab Kronk.
Initiative?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
Tequila.
Oh, yeah.
close. Hubris, what is your initiative?
'Tis a 19, good sir.
Alrighty.
Ow.
Kronk, what'd you get?
15.
Okay, Ghost.
I had an 18.
Awesome. Sounds good. So, it is going to try and stab Kronk. Kronk after you've grappled onto him. So, does I'm guessing a 21 hits.
Yeah.
All right. So, this is, since you have not gone first this turn, or if you have not gone this turn,
Oh, boy.
it is going to be an automatic crit against you.
Yep.
Ooh.
So
I thought that was only if you catch them surprised.
during the first turn, this creature has advantage on the attack rolls against any creature that
It's a
has
special
not taken.
thing.
Yep.
Okay.
You're
Cool,
a
cool,
special
cool.
boy.
A special boy. And because it has advantage on its strike, that is also going to be the sneaky attacks. So for the regular.
Oh, no. Rocky.
So that is 3 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Followed up with followed up with 28 points of sneak attack damage. And then you are going to need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, man. Poison charges.
Let's see. That's a 24.
Oh, that'll save. And then 17 points of poison damage. And that is halved. It was going to be 34.
Kronk's down.
All right.
You can't shrug some of it off?
That was this morning.
Yeah, unless we got is it a short or long rest?
It was a short that you guys went
Yeah, you
through.
got a short
I don't know
rest.
if your stone's
Yeah,
endurance refreshes.
I'll look it up right now.
Yep.
That's a good thing to know.
Yep. Stone's endurance, where are you? Yep, short rest.
Okay.
Nice. Do it to it.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Yes. Oh, okay. 8, 9, 11. 11 back. So
You got 3.
3. Okay.
All right. That is it for... That is a second short sword attack, actually. Because it has multi. So... It is going to try and get you a second time, Kronk.
Alright.
Seeing as how you did not fall the first. And that is for a 20 on the die?
That hits.
Okay. So then that is going to be for 7 points of piercing damage.
Yeah, nothing I can do with that. And yep. Once again, Kronk's down.
All right. That is it for his turn. Hubris.
I'm gonna use shit all. Gonna cast my Hexblade Curse on him. So that's +2. I'm gonna bring out my longsword, but cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Keep his ass at range.
Sounds good.
That's a natural 19.
Oh boy. You roll
You
for
know what
damage.
that means. That's a critical.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because you're Hexblade.
Hexblade.
Hexblad.
Hexblad. But I don't have that. Ooh. That's a 9 plus a 7 is a 16 plus 4, 20 points of force damage.
Dang. Yeah, and he just brings up his arms and these bolts just pepper into him, and they definitely deal a lot more damage than he thought was going to be coming at him.
All right.
And he's
Take a
just kind of
defensive
standing.
stance.
He's standing over Kronk at this point.
Don't you do it.
All right. So, next up is Kronk. Going to need you to roll a death saving throw.
Bum, 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 bum. 10.
All right, that's a
Nice.
success. The bare minimum of what you needed.
I know. And there is no bonus to that. It's just the die roll, right?
Mhm.
Yes. It was actually, sorry, it was supposed to be Ghost's go, and then it was
Yeah.
going to be you. So, you will get a 10 if Ghost doesn't end up doing anything with
Nah,
you this
he's
turn.
fine. No, of course I'm gonna heal him. I will cast a healing word on him as a bonus action. So you take. Oh shit! Drop everything. God, this D4 is so hard to pick up. four hit points. Sorry, bud.
Okay.
Better than a sharp stick in the eye.
Yeah. And I'm going to move to the opposite side of him, so I'm cutting off his escape, which is not great because I'm kind of squishy. But I'm also going to toll the dead on him.
Ooh.
So he needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
That's a 3.
Okay, so he's gonna actually take damage from this.
Yeah. Roll a d12 because he's already injured.
Yes, exactly. This one. That is 9.
9 points of damage. All right.
That was the worst. And she's just gonna cast it, and then she's going to, pull out her and just make a stance like she's really scary. Rah!
All right, sounds good. So Kronk, it is now your turn. No death saving roll. Instead, you have 4 health.
Yeah, but a hand shoots up and goes back and forth, and I take my second wind.
Yes, it's Kronkomania.
Yeah, exactly. Oops, wrong thing. Traits and features. Where is it at?
Oh.
Second wind. D10 plus 4.
Oh, Steven.
9 plus 4 is 13. Woo!
Sounds good. Sorry. Water went down the wrong pipe at the right moment. So, 13 damage.
No.
Oh, 13 to hit.
13 hit points back.
Oh, got it.
That's I put the finger up like I'm not dead. And,
Wag it 13 times, gaining
times,
1
yeah.
point of health
Exactly.
each time.
Just really rapidly.
in my bonus action time a lot. And then I'm going to use half my movement to stand and then attack.
Okay.
For the love of God, do a disarming strike. Can you do that?
Yes, I can.
Oh no, that's is that a 1?
Yep. And so I use my action surge to catch him. So yeah. There it is.
Alrighty.
Just a big old woof.
All right, so then it is this dude's turn. And seeing as how this did not turn out the way that he was expecting it to go, he's going to use a disengage action to then begin running away. So he is going to then run he's just going to continue running. You see him go about 15 feet, and then he tucks in between 2 houses.
He's out of eyesight.
Yeah, he's out of eyesight currently.
Okay, but Hubris still knows where he is, right?
Yes, Hubris can still, or with your Hexblade's curse.
Oh, that's.
It's not a hunter's mark.
We've been through this yesterday. So
Who's up?
it is actually Hubris's turn.
If I jet down to that alley and then look in, do I see him?
Make a perception check.
16?
Okay. Yeah, that is actually just enough. You see that he is currently trying to climb, like stealthily, cat-like-esque, climb up boxes to try and get onto the roofs.
Hubris exhales and there's like this little black mist that comes out, snakes its way up and like curls around him as I cast a hex.
Okay.
And because that's a bonus action, Eldritch Blast. Does 18 plus 6 hit?
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
So that's that plus that.
Okay.
6, 8, 12 points of force damage.
Okay. So 12 points of force damage, and then necrotic and other damage. Also, what is the
2 points of sorry. It's so 6 points of 8 points of force damage, 4 points of necrotic to make 12.
Got it. Okay. Sounds good. So, what save is he going to become bad at with the hex? Or it's ability checks.
Ability checks, dexterity, definitely.
Okay. Yeah, so he is going to be bad at dex for this foreseeable future. Next up is Ghost.
I will also give chase.
He's very visible now that Hubris is like pointed
Yeah.
him out with an Eldritch Blast.
I will also pump another healing word into Kronk. Because I'm nice like that. And it's my best friend. Even though he likes a ghost better than he likes
A
me.
ghost!
A ghost!
Ah! That's still 3. Or 4 health, sorry.
4. All right.
Wait, no, 5, because I have +4 to my wisdom. So you should have gotten one more last time, but and then when I turn the corner, I would like one of our friends to make a charisma saving throw, please.
For what?
For calm emotions.
Ooh.
Can't use 2 slotted spells in a turn.
You're correct.
Has to be a cantrip.
You're right. I'm gonna toll the death.
Okay. Sounds
So he needs to
good.
make a wisdom saving throw.
He failed his wisdom save.
Yay!
You get the big dice now because he's wounded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did last time, too.
That's 9.
Hey.
And I'm gonna try to get up on him.
Make an athletics check.
Okay. You want to help me roll this, Rocky? Go get your toy.
Yes, mother. Let me roll.
Mother. Would it be auntie
Atlas-
because then,
Yeah. Well,
or sister?
Sister.
16.
All right. Yeah, 16, no problem. You managed to get up, like, right up on this guy as well. And you are standing, like, 1 foot on a higher box, 1 foot on a lower box to kind of just get at a closer angle to lean in towards where he is, as well as just create a more stable environment for you to stand on.
And I'm just gonna say, hello, Hubris. Long time no see.
Next up, man of the hour, Gorblatz.
Gorblatz.
I guess I have to. God, I don't want to javelin him. Is there, since it's theater of the mind, is there a way for me to get to him?
Yeah, I would say that there is.
All right, and still make something resembling an attack.
Yes.
All right.
I would say that
Well,
you could running jump your way over there, as your strength modifier would let you jump
20
feet. So I will let you, like, hop over there, and then either with your strike coming down, or once you land there, and then take your attack there. So it's entirely up to you whether you want it to be in the air or on the ground.
All right, so we'll time ask it. I'm making my phone call. Ask a friend. Guys, what do you think? Should I do a shove attack and throw him off this so he takes a couple of d6 damage falling because he's disadvantaged on saving throws? Or should I just smash him with a sword?
Kronk is a thinker now.
Uh-oh.
Well, GB is a thinker.
What would Kronk do? I think pushing him off would be more advantageous because then we wouldn't have to get on the roof.
Yep.
And I could just jump down on him.
All right.
We're gonna meta this.
Yeah, well then that's Kronk does. He's gonna, because Kronk can't go on the roofs, so he wants him off of there. So he leaps up and just kind of, bear swats him to the ground, or tries to.
Okay.
So it's basically a shove attack.
Yes. And then he has to roll disadvantage. Ooh, boy.
So 17.
That's 10 better than he did.
Ooh boy.
Yeah, so let's get the fuck out of here. Oh, yeah.
See you on the street, punk.
So yeah, he is going to fall off of his crates, and he is going to take 9 points of damage as he falls. And then you just hear this loud as his body actually slams against the ground, with Kronk standing above him. Yes. Next up is this guy's turn. And from how poorly he did versus how well you did, I will say that he fell onto his back while he landed on the ground. So he is going to use half of his movement to stand up. And then he's just going to try and run. He's going to try and use a dash action. Well, he knows he's provoking. But he's just going to try and get out of there as best he can.
From whom?
From Kronk.
Jumped on him.
Yeah.
18.
Okay. 18 will hit. Roll for damage.
Oops, wrong dice. And that's a 2. And I think I'm stuck with the 2 if I roll it again. But we're definitely going to use a superiority dice. And what are we going to do? Disarming attack. So he needs to make a DC 15 strength save.
Oh. Yeah. We can say he did, but that would be a lie.
Okay. So 6 and 5 is 11 plus 8 is 19 points of damage.
You.
And then as my interaction, I slide his sword back towards my friends.
Okay.
I just stomp on his sword and slide it backwards.
So, as you bring your weapon down against him, because you were using the sword, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you bring your sword down onto him as he's trying to leave, and it just catches him right in the back. And you know that your sword, the way that he was positioned, he ends up letting go of his short sword as he kind of cries out in pain. And he goes down and like hobbles forward a little bit, still barely holding on. You know that your wound on any other species of fighter would have brought them down instantly, but this dude is just barely hanging on, trying to run away, his blood seeping out into the snow behind him and marking it as he goes.
I've fought half orcs before, so I know.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So that is his turn. He's just going to try and continue running. He's not getting very far. Next up is Hubris.
Dead or alive? I
I
asked.
saw your
the
mouth
other two.
move,
Oh,
but no.
I'm sorry. She said alive.
Oh. Okay. Hubris shrugs, clicks his heels together, and the blade of his boot ting comes out. And he's just gonna do a roundhouse kick to the guy's like side.
He's like 20 feet away
Oh,
from
he's
where you
20
guys...
feet away from
yeah,
me?
Yeah. You could run up and try and just like boot kick him in the side, but
Sure.
yeah, go for it.
Just runs up, jumps off a
Subdually.
wall.
Yes.
Subdually kick him in the
Fun
side
fact.
with your boot dagger.
The only way you're able to do subdual damage is through melee. You can't subdual crossbow bolt someone.
Oh.
I meant to do it as a joke. You weren't
Yeah.
supposed to die.
I love
It was supposed to be funny.
hex. But by the by, that's a 19.
Yeah, that'll hit. And there's no way that you do less than 1 damage.
It's a crit, so of
Yeah.
course not.
Yeah,
Oh.
no. So he just goes down in the middle of the street.
Time to move. We made enough ruckus. Kronk, pick him up.
Clicks his heels again. Blade comes back in. Ah,
Ooh, is the bar gonna be busy? Doesn't matter. Make it look like a sack.
Mm-hmm. So, instead of like folding him and crushing him because we want him alive, right?
Mhm.
I kind of ball him up into like a fetal position,
darling, you
Yeah.
should stabilize him before he bleeds out.
wrap him in the cloak.
Spare the dying.
Yeah, he has been spared, much to his
Ah.
future chagrin.
Remove the weapons.
God damn it.
Mhm.
I have something for the show later.
Make
So,
an investigate. Yeah.
Yes.
How about someone better at it than me? I'll
Investigation?
assist. Yeah.
Okay. We're looking at his weapons.
Yeah. Just
Yes.
searching him.
So
I got-
19.
Oh. Go ahead.
19.
All right. You end up finding the short sword that he had, a coin pouch containing 65 gold pieces and 20 silver pieces, as well as a light crossbow that he seemed to have had strapped underneath his coat.
Okie dokie.
Looked like he was carrying.
Yeah. We're going to bring him back to the house. Bring him back to the cellar.
Okay. So make a stealth check as you guys just like nonchalantly walk back out onto the street with this big old sack over your shoulder.
All of us?
Yeah, I'll say a group stealth check.
Cool.
Oh.
12.
19.
Skitters out into the middle of the road again.
Stiletto boots.
Yeah, right? They're not good for this weather.
Yeah. So Ghost, as you are following behind Kronk, as you guys are walking, and in a kind of like self-satisfied manner, you kind of slap the sack that Kronk had been carrying Rabaz in, failing to remember to retract your claws in when you did it. So as you kind of bring your hands down, much in the same way that you had shredded Hubris's coat, there is just this tear where you can see a arm starting to steadily come out of the hole that is being made in this cloak.
Mending.
I'm going to just touch the arm and cast invisibility on it.
Okay. It is invisible.
Whew.
So it just looks like Kronk is a weird Santa. Or Santor, mind you. One of those bipedal Santors I've heard so much about. And then you guys make your way back to Spirits and Spirits, and you can see that there isn't nearly the number of people that were there previously, but you can see that a few of your regulars are back, as well as it looks like your employees are doing the best that they can. And you actually see Istrid is sitting at the bar with a book open, just kind of reading through it. She has a quill and ink and just seems to kind of be jotting numbers down. And you can kind of like getting a brief glance at it. You can see that she's just sort of taking stock of the cost of bringing food in every day, how much that's going to cost. She's just working with your numbers right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Hubris does
Dabble.
keep.
And Davil is also on stage with the rest of Not Doug, and they just seem to be getting warmed up.
I'm going to go over to Dabble and say, whatever it is that you play, I would like you to play it loudly tonight. Is that something you can do for me?
Well, I mean, we always play loudly, but why, gentleman caller? He gives you a wink.
Something like that. A friend of ours, mutual friend, we ran into on the street, and we have a few questions for him.
Which mutual friend?
Oh,
Because I swear to Christ, I swear to the gods themselves, if you say Volo, no. The answer is no.
Not that kind of friend, darling. The kind with the split in his lip, tusks.
And as you say that, you see that Dabble, for the first time that you've met him, gets a very serious look on his face. And he says, if you don't mind, I think I would be better at talking to him than you would be.
She goes kind of like, gets a little offended. Like, this is what I do. I mean, if you'd care to join in, I don't mind.
How do you plan on getting him to tell you things?
I have a lot of actually ways that I can do that. I have my pain implements. I also have magical ways of getting him to speak now.
And Dabble just begins to steadily strum and just says, easiest way is to just charm him. And that I can do.
All right, if you would, if your band could perhaps keep a...
Improv set night.
Sounds good. Shall we? And she's going to motion for him to...
Yeah, and Dabble will let his fellow band members know that he is currently going to be taking a slight leave to talk to the proprietors about a potential expansion or another business venture. And as you guys begin making your way down into the cellar, Dabble makes eye contact with Istrid and just kind of nods towards where you guys are as well, and Istrid will come as well.
Ghost will say, one thing that I ask. I get to kill him.
That's fine.
Good.
Dabble
Well,
just...
glad we're agreed.
I mean, to be honest, I always thought we were going to kill him. I just figured, do the talking first. Istrid likes to do the talking second sometimes, but just her.
So, which one of you two are the good cop and the bad cop, or is it just going to be all bad cops around as Hubris walks down the stairs?
See, that's the thing. Good cop, bad cop, but everyone always forgets about buddy cop. Now, where's the body? Where's this friend?
Kronk, have you... We're downstairs now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I sort of had to make him invisible. There was an accident.
Well, just make him uninvisible then. He's...
I can dismiss it, right?
Yeah, you can just choose to break concentration on the spell.
Yeah, snaps.
Yeah, and so lying sprawled out on the ground is the figure of Frabaz. And while you guys are just kind of standing there, Istrid just crosses her arms, walks over, and just kicks him real fucking hard in the ribs. And as she does, that is how he is going to wake up from the kick. And as he does, he kind of grabs to his side, where you can see that it is actually very close to the wound that Hubris kicked into his side. So it looks like she was doing it mostly out of spite to try and reopen that wound. And then our dear friend Dabble
Explodes.
he explodes. Yep, that's canon.
TPK.
Oh, God.
12d6 damage.
So
It's okay. I have fire resistance.
As Frabaz kind of like comes to, Dabble just squats down in front of him, puts his hands up underneath his chin, so that way his knees or his elbows are resting onto his knees, and he looks at Frabaz and says, "You and I are going to be good friends, and you want to know what good friends need? Long conversation and some good drinks. So let's start at the beginning. Why?" And that is going to be where we call it for tonight's session. So I would like to say thank you to everyone who has decided to stop by. We are weirdly wrapping up loose ends.
Ooh.
Crazy. But I have an absolute blast playing Waterdeep every single week with these players. So, players, where can we find you? What do you do? RJ, let's have you go first.
Hey everybody, I'm RJ here on the show, but you can catch me at RJustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where sometimes I tweet about the nerdy things in my life and a pay raise in the works. Hey, also, with these beautiful people playing Overwatch sometimes. You can also catch me on the Monday night show playing Calum, the Shadowkai Cleric, or on Saturdays, but not this Saturday, on Pro Restarter stream, where I play Ajax, the Initiate on Monster of the Week, and also I'm going to purchase a sub for this person.
Yay! Do it.
Do it. That's how we get our new emotes, which are currently... Oh, snap! Thank you for gifting the sub. I was going to say, subs are also the way that you will eventually get the Yee emote. I have put it into Twitch's... into their mechanics, and they are working on getting that out. So... now that we have hit our second, our mini goal for subs, I have 2 emotes now, which is pretty nice. I'm very excited. Yes, but LB, where can we find you? What do you do?
I'm LBHackEmUp. You can find me here Mondays and Tuesdays, and you can actually find me here tomorrow playing a Fate game. I am playing a mysteriously angsty character who... you know, you can't tell me what to do. You're not my real dad. And on Fridays, you can find me playing in a Birthright campaign on Pro Restarter's channel. We will be playing this week. Last week we had to miss because of scheduling conflicts. And also on Sunday, you can find me on Encounter Roleplay's channel playing in a Fate Systems game. And I play Abby, which I'm so much enjoying that game because I get to be the shy nerd that has to bandage up her crush, and it's like,
Daw. All right, and GB, where can we find you? What do you do?
I'm Greybeard, and you can find me here on Tuesdays playing Kronk Gorblatz. And on Thursdays, you can see me over on Pro Restarter's channel at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, playing Bavard.
Yeah.
Kind of a scoundrel guy. We're playing the Blue Rose campaign. It's the game of fantasy, or romantic fantasy and smooches. And it's a good game. A lot of good artwork coming out of that. But before then, tomorrow night, you can see me here. I'll be playing a man of science.
Yes.
On in Weird West, Fate game. So same time, right?
Yep.
8:30.
Same bat time, same bat place.
So that'll be tomorrow night. So come join us.
Yes. And I believe you have something you do on Sundays as well, correct?
Oh my goodness, I almost
Your
forgot.
own thing. Yeah.
it's been years. Come on.
On my channel, I play Darkest Dungeon, and if as you were saying, how many weapons do I have? I would say I have a plethora of weapons, and and we definitely have a good time and throw some props around and stuff. And there's new content. There's going to be a Darkest Dungeon 2, so we'll be talking about that this Sunday, definitely.
Yes. And if you have made it here, you probably already know who I am, but in case you don't, I'm the Indoor Adventurer. Every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we try and have something go up at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here at twitch.tv/TheIndoorAdventurer. It used to be that I was doing video game stuff on Wednesdays, but I like doing tabletop role-playing games a lot. And there are so many of them to choose from. So, for example, this coming Wednesday, as you may have heard from 2 other people, we are going to be having a Weird West Fate Core game. That is going to be myself as the game master / voice in the sky, LBHackEmUp, Greybeard, and then of course we also got Zach Hall, the game master from Encounter Roleplay's Young Heroes of Fate, which I am very excited about. I really like Zach as a game master, so I'm excited to be able to be his game master for an evening. And then I believe on Wednesday or Thursday, we might have something going on. I believe we do. Might. We're supposed to.
Yeah.
If everything goes cool, as cool as indoor air conditioning, then you will find not only myself, not only Greybeard, but friends of the channel, JD Lady, Vibri, our new friend named Satan, and of course, Dammit Barry, all here to play a game called Summer in Woodlake, which I thought was going to be a petty townsfolk simulator, but instead I've been told it is a horror game. So
I have the back door on all this information because I'm not playing. It's gonna be good, guys.
I am so excited. I want to
all
know
the secrets.
Yes, the juiciest of secrets. All right. And speaking of juicy secrets, if you have any questions or any secret confessions that you want to make to us players, the perfect place to do that is actually through our Patreon, which you can find at patreon.com/theindoor-adventurer, where we like to post an after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we do just the thing that I said earlier, which is answering questions from all you lovely audience members. Because I like getting to know you guys. You guys want to get to know us. It's like when you're reading a comic book and all of a sudden there's a page that says, this is my character's height, weight, and my comfort food. It's like that, but in audio form. So if you like listening to stuff on your way to work, that is another thing that you can fill your ear holes with. So we are going to try and do that. I was going to say be back in like 5 to 10 minutes, but the show's done. Show's over.
That's where you hear about the fade to black scenes that you don't get to actually see.
You just get to ask the questions and inspire the content creators to create their own mustache twirling content. You'll get there someday, buddy. I was just like you once too. So, until next time, we will see you guys later. All right, everybody.